Very good.
Yeah.
Right. I'm John. I'm the DM for Oshuamp. Last we left off, we were with our group still inside the atrium below the City of Oshuamp, having successfully rescued Thariel. We ran away from Kane as the elevator ascended. Paused for literally like 2 seconds as we discussed, like, oh fuck, we have to go literally right now. Ran through the antechamber, looked once again briefly at the mosaics on the wall, ascended the stairs back into the cathedral, paid Brand a little bit more gold to greedily make sure that no other children went down into the below area, and that ideally none of them ever even know that the statue can move. Once back inside the main area of the orphanage, we had a brief discussion on where the fuck do we go now, because, oh dear God, Kane saw half of the party, and this is a genuinely big problem. We came to the conclusion that it's probably for the best of, despite the risks, going back to Arthur's, because we know Arthur can protect himself and is willing to fight back against the city. We also probably quietly thought about, like, oh, we shouldn't go back to the tavern and risk the lives of all the orphan children beneath. But it was like, tavern, Arthur's cool. So we went back to Arthur's. We split up briefly with Rearda, Vorst, and Nesgrim taking a longer route back. We eventually made our way back to Arthur's, informed Arthur of the grave news of his brother Kane having seen us. Arthur was obviously dismayed, recognized that he has to leave the city and lay low. Gathered Catherine and Benjamin, began to pack things. The party began to make discussions about what the fuck do we do now, because do we have to lay low? Where can we go? What do we do? Do we stay here? Do we go somewhere else? Aether once again tested the limitations of the Celestial Eye, looking at the dagger, which recognized as a large curved fang that dripped with a terrifying pestilent green ooze of acidic and poisonic qualities. Looked at... Fuck was the other thing?
The
rock.
Yeah,
the rock. The great big rock. That's definitively a very important thing. We looked at the small obsidian thing that Felix had taken to protect Grimdar from. Yeah, you're a good man.
Mm-hmm.
To protect little orphan Grimdar from. Recognizing that small areas of smoke were breaking out of the contact points on the edges of the crystal. Aether looked at it and saw, big spooky pointed chin face of, like, long horned wide-shaped eyes of dear God smoke monster. Recognized that this is comparable to what we have seen inside the walls of the City of Oshuamp itself, as relayed by Rearda and Vorst, who said that the walls spoke to them as well. Aether failed the check and tried to break the gem because, oh dear God, it wants to get out. Rearda recognizes, like, oh yeah, dude, this is an egg. This is eventually going to break out of its shell. I used to get fed things like this inside of the Black Citadel where I was imprisoned all that time, and I've eaten like a dozen of these, and I'm all right. Things are great for me, right? So, like, maybe I should just eat that. Arthur volunteered to shoot it. So we've got some speculative plans about what to do with this horrifying egg that you have been gifted. Very generous DM, Don.
Benevolent, I would say, even.
Yeah, and as
malevolent, yes.
Arthur and Catherine and Benny had all mostly packed their personal belongings inside of the house, Arthur gave you guys the key to the mansion, said, hey, if I'm going to fuck off and leave, like, you guys can at least lay low here. No promises that, like, this offers you any kind of safety, but as well, you are welcome to use any of the things inside of the main levels of the home. Don't show them my secret hole, Aether. That's just for you and I.
He did say that. In exact words.
Exact words.
Oh, I filled it.
Sarah evidently filled the bathroom sink. I guess you were cleaning stuff for the dice, but they're gonna fix that.
It was on purpose.
Do I need to be afraid, Don?
I was planning on cleaning the sink and then I forgot to do it.
No, it's okay.
There's also a car battery in there.
Yeah, right?
I'm building something.
So Arthur packed, gave you guys the key. We were down here. Felix interacted once more with little boy Benjamin, who is, sweet little boy. And as he was...
Felix says?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so's Benny.
Yeah.
They're best friends. Benjamin, again, jokingly interacted with Nesgrim because he's an old man. Nesgrim asked about guns, and Benny took out his little toy gun and fake shot Nesgrim, who kindly played dead. And yeah, Felix, while he was looking closely at the guns and at Benjamin, because he knows he's obviously a peculiar child, recognized that his eyes shone with the same kaleidoscope prismatic shades that Aether's celestial eye does. And we went, oh fuck, the celestial eye is out of its charges for the day. Let's totally ask the little boy, because he can't turn his eyes off. And yeah, he looked at Nesgrim and was like, yeah, that's the white bone guy. You're weird. You're nice. And then we were like, hey, what about our new friend here? And he was like, oh, which one? And they were like, yeah, clearly the lady right there. And he went, which one? And we're picking up there with little boy Benjamin. You know, you guys are in the, effectively like the foyer of the mansion. Little Benny standing adjacent to his mother and father. Looking over in the direction of our good companion, Thariel, having been asked to look at her, and he says which one, and here we are, so which one?
How many do you see?
In the room? Or with her?
Just near her.
Yes.
Hard to tell, it's not faces. I'll just automatically, I guess, switch over to suspenseful for you.
I love that music.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So he, as like an 8-year-old boy, he's, you know, like 3'7", 3'8". He would gesture like several feet away from you because he is a little timid and shy. Gesture like at the edges of your long droopy sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Inside.
Oh, God. I would like to prepare an action in case any sudden movements are made. Oh, God.
He would gesture into the two, you know, openings of the sleeves that... Oh.
Being around children in the past
Yeah.
that have very vivid imaginations, I would assume.
Yeah.
I would crouch down and just
Helpful.
Come here, child. Hold the bill.
Snatched. Not on my sleeves.
She sprints off into the night.
What are Mr. Pigeon Sleeves of Holding doing in this game?
Yeah, right?
I just kind of like dangle them a little bit and just hold them aloft and just... There's nothing to be afraid of in here.
Oh, God, yes, there is. I can see them.
What do you see?
Hands.
Jeez.
Stretching forth.
More than.
Can I insight check the kid? Does he look like he's acting or like...
You may ask me to insight check the little
This
boy.
little shit is throwing me into the box.
Holy shit. Oh, man, where is it? So that's going to be a dirty 20.
I hope he's faking it.
Yeah, so I mean, he rolled a 2, which to me, he doesn't at all look like he's fucking acting. Like,
Okay.
he is like shivering, like you can immediately see like tears welling up at the edges of his eyes. Like, I've seen some shit, man. This is fucked.
Because he
Please.
smokes. I need
And like gestures like shakingly and like then
like the
slowly begins to pull his hand back and then swiftly pulls his hand back and like recoils, leaning his chest away from her. They mean to grab me. To take me.
just babushka-esque, just put my hands in like this. Just I'll keep them away as best as I can.
Please. Don't let them take me.
No, nobody's gonna take you, little boy.
Already taken me once.
I,
Don't let them do it again.
Step away from the child. I'm gonna like move towards me and just kind of start to like push him back as I push you away.
Good man.
I'm gonna walk over to Benjamin and just lay my hand on his shoulder. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on him. This will help to protect you from anything as well.
Thank you. You're not that bad.
Thank you.
Mr. Bone, man.
Do you have a name for them?
For what?
This one's Jeff.
You see in Thariel's sleeves.
Why would I name the hands?
Do they look like my hands?
You hold your hands aloft.
It just like, not like menacingly, but just like.
Do they look like
Yeah, as you, like, hold your hands out so this way you can see, you just be like...
You can't ever say hold your hands out again.
Right.
Ever.
Yes, but more.
More?
Yes.
Like
How many?
more... And I do that.
Just more fingers. Just
No. Bigger.
bigger,
Longer.
longer.
Strange, thin wrists that open wider for hands.
I'm gonna look at Nesgrim and into his mind, I guess I'll say, what did he say last time? Was it a vibe check or what does he call it?
I think it was a vibe check.
Sorry, what was that?
In your mind, I'll say, and I'll like be looking at Thariel like vibe check.
Oh, yeah. John, give me a second. I have to look it up. I forgot.
Yeah, you're fine. Also, he cannot respond in your head, correct?
Right.
He would have to respond out loud.
I can let you know later, or would you like to know now?
Netflix just looks at Nesgrim, and Nesgrim says, "Would you like to know later, or would you like to know now?"
I'm just gonna. I'll gesture towards Benjamin, like freaking out. Now, I'll say it out loud.
Okay. Sorry, hang on. I still find there it is. From our friend, right?
Just nod.
Undead and Fae.
Like the wrists don't have skin, just bones.
Just sighs and starts.
Making a list.
Check it twice, stop.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna go ahead and tuck my necklace into my shirt.
I guess I'll like kind of slowly look away from you and towards I always mix them up. Carolyn.
Okay.
Carolyn. What is she?
What do you mean? She's my friend. She came from the woods. She arrived as a teenager and needed assistance in the orphanage. She stayed for a short time and always wanted to go home, but we were never able to successfully make plans to take her back, so she took up a role as a sister in the orphanage.
Just gonna give her a look like I'm just okay, like
She's very kind.
I'm a great cook. Great with children.
I'd love to have you for dinner.
She's just Mrs. Dash. She's just evil.
I find that hard to believe.
I mean, you could ask Corin. Caroline?
Just look at Corin.
She was very kind. She worked at the orphanage for
Great getting back rubs.
almost a decade. Very friendly to me and the other sisters. The children all were very endeared towards her.
All right. Little freaky though. I don't know if Benjamin's still there. I'll just keep pushing it back.
I mean, he absolutely would, like... Would you interpose yourself to like, obscure his view of her?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
then
stood in front initially.
He would just kind of,
then.
like, sigh as he's pushed away a little bit more. Dear God.
Nesgrim,
Yes.
I can't remember if we have
done this before. Do you get anything from Benjamin? A vibe check.
Great question. Let's see. And I'm just going to use Divine Sense again because I can't remember.
Celestial, Fey, Fiend, Undead, right?
Within 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Yeah, absolutely. You would get grand detection of Celestial from sweet little Benjamin.
Okay, that's what I thought. Jesus, me.
Celestial vibe check. Thank you.
Of course.
I mean, a lot of things can happen in a decade. I became
Like
a vampire.
Or being imprisoned.
Well, we trust her. She looks a little different, but still the same person. Same could be said of me, of Catherine or Carolyn, or even of Arthur. Arthur just looks around. Yeah! What's going on?
Benjamin appears to be able to see things beyond what normal people can see.
Yeah, he's got special eyes.
Yes.
That's his thing.
His brand.
His brand.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks for pointing that out, Ethan.
You asked what was going on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was busy packing and my mind's kind of elsewhere.
I
Just in
understand.
one of these suitcases.
I believe that.
Did you say a suitcase or a suitcase?
Suitcase.
Suitcase.
Yeah, I've got to travel. I have to make sure that I stay nourished on the road.
For my very soups, stews, and chowders.
It's full of Tupperware.
Oh, goodness.
What an astute observation.
Damn it.
Benjamin,
Yes, Mr. Boneman.
do you feel alright to continue with someone else?
You mean look at them?
Yes.
I can try.
Alright.
Some of you might be a bit much.
If it becomes too much for you, please.
You're
It is
one
alright.
of the worst.
Oh, God!
That's good. That explains why I never spoke to you.
Yes! There's nothing hanging around you. It's just this whole thing is just not doing it for
I just don't like It's actually just your face.
Your aesthetic's just very off, sir. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Strange vibes.
Is it too troubling to describe?
You?
Yes.
I saw you every day for years. Haunting my nightmares.
I'm sorry.
I do not think it was a thing you meant to do. You can't help your nature. But you're changed. Different now. Somehow worse. Darker.
Alright. That's bad. In
Zither
what
look
sort
upset.
of way?
Faces swirling around his head.
And what was it before?
Before it was just a single man in the distance who always looked as though he was waving in your direction, calling out for you that you could never hear.
And now there are
Dozens.
nearby.
Like maybe in a bag?
Bag?
Almost. And I'll look at Ether.
I do not see a bag.
What?
The pact?
Yes.
Perhaps related.
That is entirely possible, yes.
Skulls.
Easier.
Skulls, you said?
Skulls floating around your head. The great shadow stands behind you, and it embraces you from behind, almost lovingly.
Ether, before
not
you
feel love.
Go ahead, DJ. Before you began adventuring and going out with us into the woods and such, and before you huffed all them skulls, how many times had you done that before?
For 10 years, and almost nothing else.
So frequently.
Yes.
That was an exclusive offer.
Like an addict.
Yes, I kept my shop open enough to buy supplies for myself, and then went out into the snow yearly for 10 years.
Okay.
Yes, I do not believe the change to be related to more skulls, perhaps less, but certainly not more.
Starved, really.
I've hit some sort of skull cap or something, then maybe.
Yeah, skull cap.
I'll just gesture towards Yalumlo.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he looks nicer?
Benny is still staring at Ether, just like almost paralyzed with fear.
Well, I can't distract him.
She hold something before you.
Who does?
Figure at your back,
What is it holding?
from your chest. Small. Crystal. Clear blue. But inside I see your face. And you shriek and wail in pain. Dear God. And he looks away.
Okay. I'm gonna
Just moonwalk out of the room.
For no ominous reason.
Yeah, no ominous for nefarious reasons, son.
Go go hide behind like a pillar or something.
That's better.
Just so you can't.
Perfect.
He'll just see the shadow.
Yeah.
It's not as if I can hold a cloak in front of me. He's just gonna.
Tried that, it doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get like behind him, out of his vision.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I
Stand
mean,
behind him.
Catherine would absolutely kneel down next to him and pull little rat friend from her cloak, like around her scarf line, and just like hold him out on a single finger, and it just like runs along Benjamin's shoulder and up and sits on top of his head and just like starts munching on like a little crumb of cheese. And Benjamin just starts to like lightly laugh as like cheese crumbs fall over his eyes.
Very interesting feature your child has.
I hate it.
Is it hereditary?
So Catherine is covered in a full white mask that completely obscures her face. Arthur does not have those eyes. So Catherine would just kind of like pull her gloved hand back, place her hand on her shoulder, and look in your direction. So like she would turn her body to face you.
It's two-shotted women, just
Yep.
maybe staring at each other.
They might kiss.
No. Benjamin did not have this at birth. Nor did anyone in my family. Or anyone in Arthur's.
And it is continual. You can't not see.
I cannot turn it off. I can only close my eyes.
Do you recall when it began?
A few years ago. Very fuzzy memories. I was very young. And I wasn't at home. At that sentence, Catherine, despite being covered, would like visibly shudder and shake in anger and sadness.
So Catherine also has this like ability, so to speak, of like being able to see people, or
So she, just to put it bluntly, she uses her mouse as her familiar, and she can enter into the
Gotcha.
sights of her familiar.
Gotcha.
So she is blind.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
seeing Irad.
Yes, and like as far as been indicated to you, has been blind as long as the party has like known of her back dating like 15 years.
None of us have seen her face, right?
Correct.
Can it be blocked? Perhaps.
I mean, you would hear Catherine kind of like ever so lightly chuckle. I could craft for him a mask as well.
That wouldn't be
So having observed his eyes and the way that it looks, could I try to think of a way to make, like, not like sunglasses, but like spectacles that would, I don't know,
give him
like,
rose-colored glasses.
yeah, like a way to invert, because I can see the spectrum of light change in his eyes.
Yes.
So could I try to like work with that to
Possibly.
try to block it?
I would tell you that would take a difficult level of artisanal craftsmanship and magical imbuement in the composition of the glass itself.
Okay.
You would think you would be able to develop like a crafting recipe effectively for something like that, but you know that would take you time.
Right.
And like a substantial, like probably months of time.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you're a confident, educated man. You would think and recognize, like, this is a puzzle. There definitively must be at least, if not a full solution, at least a partial one.
Yeah, I'll just mention to him, maybe I can make you some glasses that stops it.
That would be wonderful.
It might take a while.
You really are a good man. I can see it inside you.
What do you see?
A river flowing.
That's bad. I'm just gonna kind of... I don't...
Like, your heart is like the mouth of a river. And small inlets that flow through your body. And concentrate at different points within you.
So like blood?
Like blood, yes. But different.
Well, I'm glad it's comforting to you.
Yes. I would trust that you would be able to see differently. And he, if you're near him,
Yeah,
he would point up towards the center of your forehead. Like a waterfall. And he would draw a line down over your nose.
I'll just chuckle a little bit. All right, then. Is there anybody else here that is pleasant?
I mean, the dog guy's kind of nice. He's just a big dog.
Like, bigger than this?
Yeah. And I look at you and I hear this slow, calming howling. The low notes as it fades. Very soothing.
What color dog?
Big white fur. Your friend is much the same. And you would point at Rearda. As he truly is. Like a brother to you. Perhaps that is why I hear the howling.
I like point to his horns, so that doesn't affect anything.
Do not see horns. A kind man such as you.
Yes.
I was afraid of that.
You were just like slightly trailing the left, see the door.
On a scale of me to Eve here.
Further than Ethier.
Oh, God.
She has reset the scale.
So it's decided I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not so bad.
The hands,
We're like,
the hands
trying to
coming
grab
Felix is
him.
here. Forsten Reader here. Ethier's here.
Oh no. Yeah, that's not far enough.
Thariel's like here.
You were-
There's a problem.
Does he like do this little gesture? Like,
He's got the screamo-meter.
What do you see when you look at her?
She is not alone.
You say from behind a pillar.
What do you see?
Two of you, but not all of you. Another face here, behind yours, like yours, but empty. Missing parts. The nose, an ear, flesh of your cheek, the eyes. Large worms crawling around in the sockets. Crown of spiky thorns. Small white blossoms. Bursting, spreading.
This would remind me of the hand vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, you're fine.
Is it the same as before? When we first met?
Oh, you did not have this then. Chipped, broken teeth. A distended jaw. A tongue split in half. But it smiles at me. As though it wants me to find it. To look at it. It wants my eyes.
You don't have to look at it.
Okay. That is
Jeepers.
a weight off my shoulders. Oh my god. I've looked into the face of evil. I did look back.
How about someone less off-putting?
Like?
Gesture.
Look at me.
Not you.
Just has a heart.
Yeah. I mean, he would look over towards Yalamlo. You are the same. Unchanged. Shinier. Strange, taller man than you, behind you. A long, snouted face. But shining scales. Silver. Blue.
Just a person, though.
He looks to be a man, yes. Tall and strong. One hand on your shoulder. Almost guiding.
Does he look well?
He looks better than before. He was mostly shadow and silhouette. Now I can see more of the glimmer of his scales. He smiles, kindly. Great fangs at the front of his mouth. And crackling cold breath. Small sparks around his incisors.
It is good to hear that he grows stronger.
I think so.
Is that all? And I'd pull off the glove and open palm the gem.
Mm-hmm. he would see the gem and look at it very curiously, and then his eyes would at once dart over towards Mr. Pillar Ether. A gem like yours. Not the same kind, but the same. You are in there.
I am in there.
Yes.
Just me.
Yes.
Am I scared like Mr. Ether?
No. You look calm. Peaceful. It seems as though you, and he would point again to the gem, understand where you belong in two places.
I suppose you could say I'm used to it.
Yes. But peaceful. Don't make me look at the other man.
You've seen him.
The white bone.
Without looking, would it be too much to recall what it is like?
He has replaced you in my nightmares. Weight off my shoulders.
Does that mean he's worse than me, or? Okay. I'm not the worst one. That's fine.
It's okay now. Just number 2 on the evil scale. Yeah, I mean, he would kind of close his eyes and pause and take a deep breath and think for a moment before slowly whispering. He has kindness inside of him, but it is like a bright, small, iridescent light in his chest. It pulses weakly, irregularly. And there is a great shadow that surrounds it, almost enveloping it at times. And then I see the wings stretch out from his back, and with them, instead of feathers, are strips of his flesh, dripping, always dripping, as though something inside of him is winning.
What is it dripping exactly?
Not so much blood. A strange, foul-smelling black ooze.
Can you smell these things as well?
Some things, yes. Some things are intense. The flowers on your crown smell foul, like rotted earth, putrid and sulfur. It smells of death. And your friend, his skin smells the same.
I'll just if he like is starting to look at Nesgrim at all, I'll kind of push him away, and kind of like try to turn him away from him. And I don't think the glasses might not be able to do anything about the smell, but at least you may not have to see it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Could I do a history check on? I'm assuming I wouldn't know any other beings with eyes like this, but any other spells or anything?
Yes.
That maybe even other beings can do even temporarily. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, that's gonna be 23.
I will tell you that the closest approximation for what you have would be, the other individuals in your party are able to see in darkness, that they have eyes that have become attuned because of the environment that they have been thrust into, effectively an evolutionary adaptation.
Right.
that there are spells that can provide that temporarily, so you know about the spell Dark Vision.
Right.
And I will tell you that you know historically that there are powerful creatures, particularly of the Fey ancestry of the Balan Woods, that are supposed to be able to, at all times, see all here and see into other planes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Would I know of any... Would I have seen any magical objects that might grant something that we're looking for with that through, like,
in
what
regards to the glasses like he's describing?
yeah,
Or
like something that I would have seen, like, my parents make or work on that...
I'm going to say not for this problem, because this is extremely specific and unique. You would know of other items that would grant benefits, like dark vision or things like that, but the idea of intentionally blocking or obscuring a particular site, no.
Okay.
In my ventures out into the cold,
Yeah.
would I have ever found anyone else clutching or in possession of a gem that is perhaps like clouded or muted in some way? If I'm understanding what about gems that we know,
Yes.
somebody that is no longer in there anymore, something to indicate that it's not just or altered by.
I will tell you that your greatest approximation actually would be on some individuals that you would be able to relate that you found traditional arcane instruments, so components, catalysts, spell books.
Sure.
You would have found individuals that would have in their possession had gems. They would not have been clouded like you are thinking. They would have been fractured or cracked or splintered into shards and smaller pieces.
Okay, that was my other thought. Either
Yes.
like cracked into dust or... Okay, cool. When I traveled out to find lost souls in the cold, I came across several that possessed arcane implements, spell books and things like that. And similar to your gem and the one that Benjamin sees in me, they were fractured into smaller chunks, smaller pieces, like they had been broken. As if something inside of them had left, possibly upon them leaving the plane, or they were... With any of those, would I have seen signs of a struggle of any kind in those instances, or was it just like I died from being cold and it still happens?
There would, over 10 years, you would have absolutely had a number of them. Again, if you have found like 1,000 people over 10 years,
Sure.
there would be dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen maybe. There would be a percentage, it would be smaller, so maybe 5-10-ish% of the individuals that you would have found would have died from unnatural causes, probably from combat or scuffles,
Sure.
things of that nature.
I'm more trying to indicate if like something is hunting the gems that possess souls.
So, in terms of consistency in which the way in which that percentage of people died?
Yes. If it's a mixture, then that's fine. That's not something that I can draw the line to. If there are some people that just die of natural causes but have
will have you make... Because to me, this is now bordering on like the interpretations of the way in which something has died and in the way in which you know magic and other martial forces would destroy a body and cause damage or decomposition So I think it is nature or survival as opposed to history or arcana.
Okay.
Because despite it being potentially magic in some situations, you're more analyzing the body and
Sure.
trying to call back to those details.
Okay.
You've also fought more things
Absolutely.
now.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go survival. That is a 10.
I will tell you that it does not feel immediately like there is a discernibly obvious, like conclusively obvious. There have been individuals you have found dead in the snow that have clear martial injuries where they're only dead 10, 15 days, and when they're dead out here in the snow, they're not going to decompose immediately. They are going to have a sense of preservation
Sure.
in snow or in ice. I will tell you that with a 10, the closest consideration you have to something feeling like there might be a connection from where you're stemming is that the individuals who typically were found with magical components were found more out in the open plains than in the Felwood. The Felwood was more martial individuals, people of like hunter-gatherer qualities, so you would be finding bows and arrows,
Sure.
skinning knives, things like that. Magical individuals would have died more out in that open area directly north from Oshuamp.
Okay. Cool.
You
And
Mm-hmm.
mean like next to all those big bones?
Little more north. Little more north. Not so much north, but more.
Like they were thrown.
I'm done with you.
but there were casters, wielders of magic that were found north of the city with broken, fractured gems like yours and the one inside of me, I suppose. I'm not sure if there is a connection with that, but it is interesting that they were fractured gems are rather resilient and strong.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, buddy.
In what sense?
Well, that's how I made William.
From gems?
Kind of. You know, I had to get a collection of things, like he was mostly one body, but, you know, he had parts and fragments of things that I had to construct together, and, you know, I was able to store fragments of his soul inside of a gem.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's why he remembered some things, but not everything. I'm not, like, perfect at the experiment yet.
Yes, of course. I wonder if these people were traveling somewhere specific north with these gems.
Maybe. There's all kinds of crazy shit out there. You know, bears. Those things are wild. Ghosts? Shot one of those once.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull the old map out of my bag.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where you found these people?
Oh yeah, if you look in relation to the old map, you would know that they were within a couple mile distance of the city described as Whitehall.
Okay.
That is now not there anymore.
Fuck were you doing out there?
Yeah, man.
Just peeping for bones, dude.
Fucking weirdo.
Right?
Yeah. You have a problem, Ether. This is actually an intervention.
North towards, and I'll point at the map where that city is not anymore.
Is it possible that they weren't just out there in the middle of nowhere when they died?
That is entirely possible. With the would it have would they have all been bones? Because if it's during the season where it's freezing, they're not going to decompose. But if it's more than
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, none of them would have been bones. They would have all been corpses.
okay, that's interesting. They were all.
No.
Gotcha.
They were all corpses, which to me would indicate that they were there less than a year. Once things tend to thaw out slightly, they would decompose, but during the winter they would not.
Seems strange for a magic user to just walk out into the middle of the nowhere, huh?
Yes. Perhaps they were
Looking for it?
transported there somehow.
Or they were out there looking for it.
Yes, that is possible also, I suppose.
I can't imagine this is the only map of this kind.
So it is understood that it just vanished one day, right?
That is the presumptive knowledge.
Okay.
Yes. Where historically,
Yeah.
none of the individuals you have interacted with have any sense of this place existing. You only really know that this place exists because of the map from Iris. And the map from Iris has been demonstrably proven to be pretty fucking accurate.
Right. Okay.
But she did also indicate, like, this map is from several thousand years ago. Like,
Way old.
yeah, like, found this, and again,
Yeah. Okay.
this is also a notion of, like, I will indicate again as the general reminder of, like, Oshuamp has very intentionally maintained and distorted history, where several things are intentionally disguised or not talked about. Many records have been destroyed or are in the fucking inner sanctum. So,
Right.
like, if Whitehall did exist, you would be able to immediately make the inference of, like, this is a well-guarded secret, so if it disappeared, something happened. If it didn't disappear, something else happened.
Does my recollection of Whitehall, is it the same as everyone else's?
No.
What would I know about Whitehall?
You have a very brief snippet about it.
I would 100% show you the map too, because like you haven't seen it.
Yeah. I was kind of looking over your shoulder at
Yeah.
yours.
I'm just gonna be smart and control F.
So I would guess that those that study the arcane also study history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at the very bottom of
Okay.
the timeline history one.
Gotcha.
Scholars probably.
Looking for a trace.
Probably. Could you tell by what they were wearing if they were possibly members of the Inner Sanctum, Ethier?
Possibly.
Any white robes with a giant circle on the back?
No.
No.
You also have one brief thing on the detailed backstory towards the top of the second page in bold. I gotta go. I will indicate to you, no, the individuals that you found out there would not have been... They would have been comparably clothed, but not in like the
Sure.
traditional Ostadori and white robes,
Sure.
marking them as brothers. They would have been in comparable, like, grayish, more...
Yeah. Wizardy folk.
Yeah, effectively, like, these look more to you
Pointy
like
hat.
scholarly individuals that are out here
Got any
trying
of
to
those hats
find
left?
archaeological and historical sites of interest
Scars and
and
moves
fucking
all
just
over.
died.
Sure.
Like,
okay.
oh shucks,
Yeah.
Very large
something happened
staff.
to us out here and it's probably not ideal.
Okay. Very good.
Not very good.
No, God. I mean, yeah, no.
They're dead. Very good.
Very good for the
Cheerio.
information. Terrible for the information.
All right, Bone Man, we get it. We're excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Arthur as well, with the subject being predominantly about Whitehall at this moment, would just kind of laugh and be like, yeah, William talked about that shit sometimes. Nothing there. Just snow.
Well, There's nothing there now.
Sure, yeah. I mean, William never saw anything. Sure. Just snow. Big open plain.
I've never been there directly, but on my way here, I would have seen something in the distance.
Yeah, and we traversed in that general area all the time. We would have seen something. Surely. I have eyes, Ether. So did
Yes,
William.
no, I understand. When we have not yet discussed our plan for,
Soup?
no,
No, I was hoping noodles.
what to do about I mean, we could have soup.
Oh, good.
Before,
Let me open my suitcase. Oh, it's everywhere.
The lids!
Damn it. Oh, I forgot something.
the Kane situation.
Mm-hmm.
If we should go with you, we would be able to lead you to our druid friends.
Yes.
Could we perhaps head north briefly to the site or close to the site of Whitehall?
I would want to ensure that I drop off Catherine and Benjamin first. I do not want to risk my son.
I understand.
Unless you wanted him to look.
I suppose I could look with this another day.
I think that's a much better idea. Ethan.
I didn't think about that for a
I
minute.
don't want to risk my son.
Yes, I understand.
Thank you.
He'll be in good hands while we're away. My friend's a great cook.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, no, she looks like she knows how to cut stuff.
Not that one, the old man. The very old man. Not
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Not that old man.
Oh, I'm sure he knows a bunch of great recipes. Family recipes.
Sure.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think leaving the city isn't a bad idea.
Well, we're fucking off no matter what, because, you know, I can't live here anymore.
Are you afraid this place will be ransacked?
It might be.
Probably best for us to leave for a little while.
Yes, I intend to take all, you know, sentimentally valuable things, but, you know, there are some trinkets and valuables that, I can part with for you all, as thanks once again for all that you've done.
I would imagine that most people in the city understand your reputation and would not enter your grounds.
Oh, I'm not worried about, you know, the regular people of the city. I'm worried about, you know,
Yes.
those
Sorry.
ones.
Well,
Yes.
Could
The large ant men.
Dude, don't fuck with me with large ants, man. Oh, fuck that.
No, you know, the horrible, evil vampires. Not these good ones like my wife.
Just immediately look at Theria.
Cora and Carolyn.
You can't say anything behind the sheet.
Anything else
I'm
here
just-
that's a vampire? My memory is so fuzzy.
Just point.
do you know of any?
Oh, yeah! The nice lady. Clokey.
Do you know of any others?
Any other vampires?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, dozens.
specifically. Do you know their names?
Oh, God, no. Why would I ask them their names? They run around, you know, eating people in the night. A lot of them I shoot. So I never really have the opportunity to ask them their name.
Shoot them in the night.
Is there a problem with that?
Nothing. Just.
So?
You know, I find some lady eating the throat of a young man in the alley, and, you know, I'm gonna assume that that's not consensual. Especially when he's bleeding and saying, "Please, God, stop."
You know what they say about assuming.
I do wait and ask, what was the safe word? Is it that? No? Are you sure? Blam. And then he usually dies because I can't really, stop bleeding or anything. I have guns.
Did you don't have any potions for that?
The safe word. Was
For the
Oh, that's right. Oh, damn, I could have been doing that all these years.
You're so stupid.
Countless dead.
How?
They didn't have to die.
Well, I mean, potions can't really restore the muscle and sinew of the throat. I pour it in and it just goops out.
Maybe you just gotta make it a
Push it in.
little more
It's gotta
congealed.
Oh, no, you're right. I could do it through his ass.
No, that's no.
Probably works faster.
Not the old silver bullet.
Write that down. I have to patent that.
+1.
I require 50%.
No problem. We'll have 2 businesses. This bathhouse and anal bullets. We'll call them.
And then the third that we do for fun.
The anal bullets.
No.
Right?
Hunting vampires in the night.
Oh, yes, that is a blast. I do enjoy doing that.
Were you paid? You were paid, right?
Paid? Oh, when it was William and I doing it for the city, it was not so much vampire hunting. That was mischievous men out in the woods.
Ah, right.
That we got paid for. Those were bounties.
The vampire hunting was
Pleasure. Purely pleasure.
Just like the animal.
Really made me fire my gun.
What'd you say?
Really made me fire my gun.
Reload.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. All right.
So you said that Kane was also your brother.
Oh, yeah. I hate that guy. He's a piece of shit.
Can agree.
Yeah.
Was he always this?
Well, when we were kids.
Yeah.
No, he was, a lot like me. Very charming and intelligent. Really, insightful. Everybody got along with him. Pretty popular kid. We went out on a couple of excursions with William together and came back from one, and I don't know, we were maybe 12 and 14 and came back, and I guess some of the things we had seen made William, want to shelter us a bit more, and suggested to our parents that maybe we don't go on those expeditions until we were a little older. And it was shortly after that our parents were murdered, and we lived with William exclusively here in the Heartwood Manor. And, well, he didn't want to do it anymore, but William couldn't leave us here alone. He was always permitted to just sit in the caravan. I was a bit more zealous. I was still very young. I wasn't able to provide much assistance, especially when it came to attempting to fight off or restrain any of these people that we were attempting to capture and bring back.
So Kane was the civil one. He didn't want to be involved with this.
Oh no, Kane was never violent. Very peaceful man. For a few years, times passed quite peacefully, and Kane became more interested in other adventures, business propositions, and things of that nature. And then he met Eliza, and shortly after they were wed and opened a small business together, as you know.
Yes.
Is that the end?
Yes. Kane always sought after a simple life. He hated being a Heartwood. Said our family was cursed. And that he intended to strip himself of the name and all the subsequent duties of being a Heartwood. And things changed when Eliza was to have a child. Stopped seeing my brother so much. I was very busy. William and I spent most of the winter months out of the city. Kane and I, things just became more distant. Hard to keep up with a brother when you're hundreds of miles away, fighting for your life. And I came back one day and, well, I had heard that Eliza had given birth, and I went to visit and congratulate them on the birth of their son. They had told me that he passed as an infant. Cain became bitter and harbored more of a hatred for himself, as though he couldn't escape the Heartwood name, as he had intended to do. Felt that he brought upon such suffering to Eliza that he couldn't stand to look at her any longer. Looking at her reminded him of the pain he brought to her. Had she married another? Had she had child with another? And their marriage fell apart, and Cain simply disappeared.
Why did he believe the Heartwood name was cursed?
William and my parents always told us stories about the duties of a Heartwood, particularly towards the city and people of Oshuamp. We're a magnanimous people, kind and good-natured. Attempt to do what we can to assist others in surviving the plight and struggles of the city. Help them as best as we can. That's why my parents were both carpenter and mason. Did their best to ensure that everybody inside of Slums North had a home. And that was what they spent the majority of their time working towards. Construction and reparations for homes.
That doesn't sound very cursed to me.
No. I think the cursed side was more the obligation that William undertook and his contractual obligation to the city.
That and curses appear differently to others. One's blessing might be a curse to another.
Yes.
How was Eliza? Well, you've met her a few times, I'm assuming. What was she like?
Very sweet and amenable woman.
She is very kind.
Yes.
And caring.
She was willing to look after Benjamin for me for a few years. And he would gesture at Catherine. When things with Catherine and I took a turn for the worst. She took in Benjamin for us and kept him safe and secret from the city, so that way they did not come looking for him again.
When Benjamin was a babe.
Benjamin was approximately 4 years old.
You said your uncle had obligations to the city.
Yes.
And from the way that you've spoken of him, it seems he made the most of it.
Yes.
Did those obligations go away when he passed?
No, they came to me.
And do you still fulfill them?
I did for a time. Until they betrayed their word about Benjamin. So for the last few years, no, I have not been fulfilling the obligations of a Heartwood.
And they're okay with that?
I have no idea. I do not remain in contact with anyone inside the Inner Sanctum.
But they have not pursued you either.
No. No, I think they recognized a few years ago that I had become strong enough to come at a cost should they attempt to labor against Arthur Heartwood. Guns, you know?
Yes, you do have many of them.
I also still had William at the time.
Yes, I believe that the loss to them was probably not worth the fight that you two would have put up together.
Yes.
Benjamin, do you remember going to your Aunt Eliza's?
She was a very kind lady. That's where I met Bone Man.
Are you still behind a pillar?
I'm just behind, like out of his peripheral.
He stayed there while I lived with Aunt Eliza. Didn't really like talking to him very much.
Very sorry about that. I was not aware of what you were seeing.
Not your fault, you know. Can't contain it.
Yes. That much is... well,
Shadow Elf. No. Why do you have to say that?
Apologies if I upset you any. I'm saying this from behind him so he cannot see me. This man that you saw in the distance, do you remember what he looked like at all? I know you said he was far away waving, calling out to me.
He did not have so much of form as he was shaped of smoke and spirit.
Featureless, then.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Benjamin.
Well, of course.
Was your Aunt Eliza sad to see you go when you left?
Yes. She was very happy to have me around. Spent most of the day playing games and helping her clean up and pack things, and I'm not very good at cooking, but I can bring spoons and dinner plates and stuff like that. She just said it felt very nice to have a kid around. Arthur's 100% gonna stop and realize, oh fuck, we should probably have her leave the city too. She knows shit.
That is true. He might go looking for her.
Yeah, you know, it is his former wife.
He wouldn't hurt her.
I agree.
Right?
No, I don't think Cain would ever harm her. Part of me always thought that Cain knew that Benjamin was there. And I do not know why he didn't do anything about it. My brother is quite cold and heartless now, but I guess he still has a soft spot when it comes to the happiness of Eliza and the presence of a child in their home.
I might be misremembering. Did he go see her, as far as we're aware?
You know from a time when Vorse passed by in that area that he caught the scent of white lilies going from her tavern directly north into the direction of where, like, the gallows and the guard house is.
Gotcha. That's
so,
all.
like, definitively him? No. But, like, can you make the inference of that he smells like that? Maybe. You also know Catherine Hartwood smells like that. So it's not like a clear-cut one-to-one evidence to definitive conclusion.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we had, like, seen him going there.
Nope.
I think maybe leaving her in the dark might be our best choice as of right now. The less she knows, the better. If we are not to bring her with us.
Well, I mean, she is my sister-in-law. But I do understand that Cain has not harmed her yet. And I do not think it would be exclusively because of Benjamin being there that he would have avoided harming her for so long.
Would it be wise, perhaps, to give her false information?
Possibly.
Leave her a letter?
Sure. You have a suggestion? Going out for soup? See you soon?
You
or
could tell
something a
them,
little more concrete.
tell them you're heading east.
To the mountains?
Or which they're going
We're going
west.
east.
We're heading
Yeah.
west. Then
To the woods of never enter. It's a place you never enter.
somewhere
I do
else.
like that plan. Why don't we go there?
There's
Who knows what's there?
Why not say you're going back to the mines?
Just to like hang out?
I can think of at least 2 people in this room who know what's there.
What's where? The mines? Me?
The
William? Oh no,
woods
he's
of
dead.
Nerenter.
Oh yeah, spooky trees.
Yes, those ones.
Uh-huh. Reared it would just like kind of look around. Yeah, the bad trees.
There's a lot in those trees.
Deer. I do like deer. Bear. Bears are weird. Fox. Foxes are nice. Wolf. Good pets.
You could
nothing
always
wrong
say
with
you need
bears.
to take a pilgrimage into
There's
the
so
woods.
much wrong with bears.
Find
Pilgrimage.
yourself
Bears are great.
among the trees.
What kind of pilgrimage would I be on though?
Soul searching.
I do need souls.
Yeah,
Souls?
Yeah. For my guns.
I thought that was bound to your soul.
Oh, it is.
Like a top off?
Oh yeah, you know, just feeling stronger.
Get my soul up real quick.
In Benjamin's mind, I'm gonna ask him, what do you see when you look at your father?
Solo cup.
No!
And Benjamin vanishes.
No, I mean, as you say that, he would look over in Arthur's direction and smile, and then look back at you and say, I see my father.
Good. I'll just smile at him.
He's always been kind of silly. Mom's more the solemn, sincere one. Arthur just kind of looks down. What about your mom? Oh, she's great. Yeah, of course she is. Look at her. Benjamin just looks at her.
Yep. I wasn't gonna ask him to
No, he again genuinely would look at her and see her as she was and say she is still my mother and looks as she did when I first saw her.
We're in the
So
entry hall,
scary.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're out in,
you
like,
guys
the
are in like
hall.
the foyer. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, so their painting is on the
Yeah,
wall.
their family portraits
right
on the
behind
walls.
them.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Speaking of leaving the city, what should we do?
Leave the city.
Oh yeah, I thought that was clear. We gotta go.
Oh, sorry, that was
Well,
weird.
I
Sorry.
know that you said that you.
I already
plan-
packed the soup. I'm not unpacking. That's ridiculous.
Got to
Ethan.
pack my formal suit.
You intend to leave today?
Oh yes, absolutely. During the night, vampire wife.
Mhm.
Sun hurts. Right?
Sounds like a sitcom.
Need my vampire wife.
That's how I met your vampire mother.
We could accompany them to our friends.
We do know the way.
Mhm.
I think perhaps another spirit journey might be helpful given our new companion.
You just want to do hot stuff.
We getting high?
Yes.
Was it in the ass?
What?
No, I do not think so.
Works better that way.
Boof it.
That's sure. We also do need to get Edelstan under the,
Yes.
you know.
You say Edelstone? You guys have talked about him before, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big stone boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to have.
A friend for Benjamin to play with.
Ooh, there you go, Benny.
He's a big friend.
Big friend.
Big friend.
Jungle Jim.
Jungle Jim.
Yes.
How tall?
Was he like 30 feet?
I'll go
Like 25 to
25?
Too high.
Bigger than my fucking house?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
About that tall, actually, I think.
There you
Right?
go, Ben.
You did say we would need an external entrance into...
Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
We can make that work.
I fear if we go to the tavern now, we may draw suspicion to...
And Luna would kill me.
Yes. And all of
Like,
us.
actually.
Yes.
So start with me.
But if we enter through the tunnels, we can leave you there. Attempt to at least investigate what plagues it and clear it out, and then get Adelstan in as well.
Right, the devils, I think. Is that what they said?
Yes, I believe that was the technical term.
It wouldn't hurt to have a way in and out of the city. That did not require walking past guards.
That would be ideal.
Sure, I'm down to shoot things. Devils.
I'm not done in the city. I know that.
Yes.
You have like a boyfriend?
I kind of am.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm looking for someone though.
Oh!
Um,
Interesting.
So is Nesgrit?
My mentor.
Mentor?
Yes, Deluan. You know him.
Deluan?
He's in the city.
We talking about him?
We did. It was a while ago.
Oh, yes, we did.
Probably several days ago.
Yeah. Man, fuzzy memories. It's weird when your soul's fractured and you're desperately trying to keep it together.
Jesus Christ.
And it is!
I believe it was before.
Yeah, the teachy guy. Yeah. Books and stuff.
Yes.
Reads words. To you?
I mean, I'm quite capable of reading words on my own.
Are you now? That's good.
Yes.
He's a good teacher. What a guy. No wonder you're looking for him. He taught you to read.
He did not, but he
Oh, this guy sucks.
You can't read?
Can't read.
quite capable of reading on my own.
Actually,
reader.
have I seen her read anything? Saw her get attacked by herself. A tree stump. But have I ever seen you read?
I feel like she has read parts of like the bounty board stuff. So I feel
Was she
like
pretending to read it?
Ooh, very
Please help me
interesting.
find
These
my
words.
dog.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I'm fine at reading.
Oh, I can ask people. Look for this Deluan.
Are you able to ask anyone? You're leaving the city.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can, write like a letter or something.
And where would the reply be delivered?
Oh dear.
I'm afraid your connections might not be as useful as they've been.
Trying to think of a way to make ass mail.
Well,
What?
about how long do we expect to be outside of the city?
Oh, that's a good question too.
I mean, if we can't be seen within the city, I worry that coming back at all might be difficult, especially if we vanish.
Well, if we enter through the tunnels, I think we can disguise ourselves enough after a period of time. Well, some of us.
Yes, if they were looking for us to return through a gate. As long as we were subtle. They might not look for us in the city. We made our way in otherwise.
If we're sure to be seen leaving.
We're kind of obvious. And not just because of the O on the back of that cloak.
You might want to take that off.
Do you want this back?
No.
We should probably burn that. I don't think it being found in Arthur's place of residence is any better.
How is it harmful?
Does he have a fireplace?
If someone comes in and finds a cloak like that here, that might not look good. Am I correct, Arthur?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. What's going on? I was just looking at my gun.
The cloak that she wears.
Just keep rubbing it in.
Oh, she's got a cloak.
Yes,
Nice.
with an O on the back.
Ostador.
Yes. Would that not be problematic if it was found here?
I mean, I don't think so.
You could just hang it up.
Well, yeah, put it in a closet or something.
All right.
Put her in the closet or something. They'll never find her. We're hiding her? Or we're hiding the cloak?
I've just
The
been
cloak.
found.
Hiding the cloak.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, put it in the closet. Take it off her first, and then put it in
Yes.
the closet. And then take her out of the closet.
Yes. Are
Convoluted plannings there. Better than this.
That is weird.
are you all right, Arthur?
Arthur, are you going to be able to make the journey?
Journey. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure I won't go insane as soon as I leave these walls.
Is that a concern that you have? Have you left the city before?
Is that a concern I have? I'm concerned about a lot of things.
When's the last time you've left the city?
Oh, dear. Left the city. Well, several years?
And you were fine when you did that, correct?
Oh, yes. William and I went out for a time.
Was this before?
Before?
Before you created him?
Oh, no. We had been long since dead and, remade.
All right. Then you can leave the walls of the
Yes.
city.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried that you were somehow bound here.
Oh, no, it's the guns. As long as the guns are with me, I'm alive.
Like emotionally?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The guns won't get
As soon as the guns are gone,
The thrill of life.
he just spins the chamber and just looks at it. It'd be so easy.
But it's a paradox. When I shoot myself, the bullets disappear, but I'm still here, but I'm not.
I shoot myself with my own soul. What happens?
Nothing.
Exactly. No, I'll be fine. For how long? I have no idea.
I'd like to think to myself, myself.
Well, Self, how did we get here?
Self and others.
What's going on?
Well, that's me.
Would it be possible to repair him?
Soul patch?
Alright, I gotta go.
I would.
Because I've kind of already said that I would,
Yes.
rebuild another.
Yes.
So
I would say your instinctive thought / imagination would be you have.
I'm not just saying it to myself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's why, she would be directing your thoughts.
Okay.
She is at the point where, direct communication is becoming more difficult.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
So, she would whisper the word yes. And your thoughts would be driven towards, conceptually, the idea of he has indicated that fragments of William's soul were stored in a gem.
Right.
And that was how he powered the homunculus. And that he has guns that he says he loads with black powder and forges bullets out of his own soul. That there is probably something in him or on him that serves comparably to the containment of his soul.
Right. Okay.
You would need to effectively figure out what that is, because he doesn't really seem to know. He hasn't given the indication of, my soul. Oh, it's right there. He's like, I just came back, had guns.
Well, what did he take from William?
From William, he said he took a gem.
No, when we deconstructed him, right? Didn't we, when we shot him down?
Yes.
To say. What
Yes.
did he take? He took a gem from him?
He took a gem from him.
Okay, so I know a fragment would be in there then.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And seems like it's getting worse. So, okay.
How far away am I from Arthur right now?
15 feet.
Okay. So not far enough that it's a problem. I was trying to think of if like the eye was further from him, if it was... I'll get right next to him.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you there, old boy. How you doing? Did you need like a hug or something?
Little bit
No.
sandwiches.
Are you feeling all right?
Of course, right as rain.
Gonna back up 15 feet.
Well, it's my loot.
No, I mean, he would still look at you.
Okay.
You're just doing laps? Like,
Just testing something.
testing? What? Our dynamic? I think it's great.
The legs.
Chemistry?
Strong chemistry.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Ether?
Get a knife for this tension. It's
Yes.
Well,
Are you? What are you?
I think I'm thinking something different.
Arthur, when we laid William to rest,
Yeah.
you took from him a gem,
Yeah.
and I was left with this.
Yes.
Do you yourself have a gem? Or something else?
Was that what you were thinking?
Oh, I mean,
I thought he wanted a hug.
almost as if you've read my mind.
I mean, I've got a little
This is a whole different kind of tension.
pendant thingy.
Could we see it?
Oh, no.
All right.
I'm just kidding, Ether. Of course you can. And he would reach down underneath the collar of his shirt. Elevate.
Clock.
Right?
His knees lock and he just tilts.
No, he would pull out the thin black straps of like a little necklace lining of just like string and pull out a small little pendant where it looks comparable to a teardrop. And like a light comparable to what I had described to you, like an aquamarine gem.
Okay.
Benny, is he in there?
Yeah, Benjamin would look and be like, well, it's strange. He is, but almost like he isn't. Like, I look at my father and I see him standing, and I look into the gem and I see more of a sense of his face, just stationary like a picture. And he would point at one of the oil paintings on the wall.
Okay.
I see in the gem.
Like it's preserved.
Sounds like it.
Don't lose that. And I'll point to Arthur.
Lose it?
Never.
Oh, no. This is how I make my bullets.
Okay.
I have to have this. I love bullets.
Do you think Felix and I could look at it closer while you hold it?
Sure.
Your eyes
Come
are...
closer, Ethan.
Okay.
Vaseline.
He just like
I got the
drapes his
bullets.
arm over your shoulder and just kind of pulls you in close and just
Like-
holds the little pendant down in
Gets
front.
your eye.
Yeah, it's like, that
Yeah.
big. So
Okay.
like a decent sized pendant. Again, looks like aquamarine, clear. Almost effectively like transparent. It's very like crystalline.
I'm gonna look at it from like a normal distance, not
Yeah,
whatever's going on here.
And he just like, while he's holding the pendant like right here and you're looking at it, he's just looking at you. You're the weirdest man I've ever known.
Thank you.
I know myself.
I'll say thank you, Dan, as well.
I'm gonna look to see if there's any, like, scratches or cracks
Sure.
in it.
Yeah, I mean, you would pore over it, like, closely. You know, he would hold it, and as you're attempting to obviously, like, look, it's not like it's embedded against something. It's just sitting clean at the end of, like, a clasp. So he would dangle it and, like, twist it. Yeah, you would see that it looks like it is an imperfect gem, where it looks like it does have small scratches along the surface.
Okay.
First I showed you my secret hole, and now my soul.
The old soul and hole.
Mm-hmm. We're practically brothers.
Yes.
Showing him his jewels. It's fine.
The family jewel.
The family
Mhm.
jewels.
Yeah, this is my family jewel.
Has it been passed down?
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks, they're hereditary.
Kane has one as well.
Does his look like yours?
Yes.
Does Benjamin have one?
Benjamin will inherit mine.
What are these jewels? Why do some have them and others not?
I mean, he would hold it in your direction and spin it around. A teardrop? I mean, Heartwoods have had them for as long as I can remember. Tears of the Goddess, they're called.
You fucker. First the celestial eye,
Yep.
the goddess. What's next?
Mm-hmm.
I forget what the chalice
Tears
is
of the
called.
goddess?
Yes.
Chalice of the Champ.
No, it's something else.
Mm-hmm.
And that
It's a Heartwood relic.
and just the Heartwoods have
Oh,
these?
yeah. Nobody else gets to have these. These are special. Pretty.
Benjamin just described Ether as having one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do other families have different shaped gems?
Oh, no, not that I know of. Nobody's as cool as the Heartwoods.
I'll just point at Yalumla.
Ooh, that's a dice. It's big.
Thanks, they're hereditary.
Also
Thanks for
nice gem.
Stop it.
Oh, it's very neat. Where'd you get it?
I woke up with it.
Ooh. It's always a fun way to find something about yourself.
You could say that.
Uh-huh.
In fact, you did say that.
I did. Thank God you're so close to me, Thea.
He's so
Yep.
You're like
He
a
just like
headlock.
punches slowly across your chin. Memories as fit as a whistle.
How long have you been firing pieces of your soul?
Oh, I mean, we found the guns in the mines.
So, since you returned,
Oh yeah, I woke up with them. And then looked around and, you know, new contraption, wanted to experiment with it, and blam! I blew a load all over the wall. First thing in the morning.
I would speak into his mind.
Uh-huh.
I don't suppose you find your memory diminished as you use the guns.
No, doesn't feel so. Maybe slightly, but
Yes, a little bit at a time, perhaps.
yeah. As though I have some kind of skull cap, like Ether called it. More like a soul cap. I gotta patent that.
Like there's a limited amount of ammunition.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
You should be more sparing with your solets.
Maybe. It's a good idea, Yamama. I'll use more of my stabby sword.
Would probably be for the best.
Yeah. Still pretty good for that.
I imagine your family needs you.
Yeah, they for sure do.
Can let us help you carry some of the weight.
Mm-hmm. No, I appreciate it. Very kind.
Arthur, while we're on the topic of families,
Oh, yeah.
I'd like one.
Start one.
Do you know where I can find one of those?
Start a family.
can I have mine back, please? Do you know anything of what happened with my father? I know I asked you this before, but I feel our relationship is developed. Maybe now you can be more honest with me.
Well, I mean, I wasn't lying before, but I did look into the family name.
Okay.
I mean, your father, Adamus, yes?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, yes. Yes, he was delivered to the city, as far as I know. Right before... Well, I want to say he arrived the evening of the last night.
So we arrived in the city at the same time.
Oh yeah, if you came, in that last caravan, it was probably a wagon or two behind you.
Great. And you said I was also ordered to the city as well?
Oh yeah,
To the same place, I imagine.
oh yeah. They always like seeing, the differences between father and son.
Uh-huh. Okay.
In comparison to see what actually transfers consistently, hereditarily. Again, they are trying to look for evolutionary adaptations, as far as I understand.
With the intention of passing that on to the brothers, right?
Oh yes, with intent of, harvesting their blood and vital organs and forging them into bloodberries. Delicious bloodberries.
I wonder if the smoky egg...
What about the smoky egg?
I wonder if the smoky egg is similar to a bloodberry, but corrupted.
I think the bloodberries are plenty corrupted.
Like a rotten egg.
Mm-hmm.
Corrupted by
Stinky.
a different source.
A deviled egg.
A deviled egg.
No.
Oh yeah, I mean the little egg thingy is definitely evil, and so are the bloodberries. It's an evil process.
Right.
You're murdering someone and taking their essence, trying to drink them, and take their stuff. The gravest of thefts. Grave boy.
Speaking of the horrible egg,
Yes.
we need to address that, I would say, rather quickly.
It is something that needs to be taken care of soon.
I quite like having it near me, just like this fun dagger.
Oh, perfect. You can just keep babysitting all the cursed things.
I'll just gesture at all of you.
Share the load.
I am worried that, based on what I saw of it, that it will soon be released completely, and we will not be able to contain what is inside.
Rita implied that it was growing.
Yes, he said that it needed to be eaten.
Which I only feel might be our only choice.
I like eggs.
I think with getting him out of the city and out into some fresh air might actually be helpful.
Yes.
Less things in his ear about, walls talking to him and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like the walls.
Yes. Speaking of that, Benjamin, when you look at the walls, what do you see?
Oh, God.
The walls! This kid need like a shot. Like,
I mean, kinda. I see things moving within the
Faces.
people. Sometimes just faces, sometimes full figures. Moving with a strange, almost rhythmic dance around the city.
Like as if they're moving to a beat or a rhythm.
It looks like when you see smoke rise and fall, like a wave. The people move along those waves. It's just the coolest city ever, dude. It's just like a
the
roller
Oshuamp
coaster in the
Lake.
wall.
Yeah. The Oshuamp Lazy River.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do a check on that. I just don't want to.
Okay.
I just don't want to think about it.
It's fine.
But do you accidentally passively check it?
Damn it!
I'm too smart for my own good.
All right.
Do you just happen to know?
What am I check? What's the check?
For
Brain roll.
What the fuck that?
I like a good what the fuck
I
that
think
check.
you're proficient in that, actually.
Like
After all
Arcana,
this,
history.
I would tell you that would actually, to me, probably more be along the lines of like a religion check.
Religion?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna be a 16.
Yeah, I will tell you that the children in the Valen Woods, when they would try to contact spirits, particularly with summoning, that the children would dance around an object and make various movements.
So the
that
children
would be akin to a wave.
Okay, so the children would kind of do a summoning. Yeah, like
Kalima! Why are these kids doing this?
Hung out with some weird kids in those woods.
I didn't go in the woods.
Sure you did.
Nope. So they would, do a weird summoning thing, but the things in the wall are spirits?
Yeah.
So what
They
the
look
fuck
like-
would so if you're trying to summon spirits being physical, if spirits are doing dance, they're trying to summon something physical. We gotta go. We gotta go.
I mean,
I'll communicate that to everybody, and then I'll say we gotta go.
Arthur would just look and be like, oh yeah, that tracks.
they are chanting.
That
Right.
tracks.
Oh yeah, terrible city.
How long have Benjamin? How long have you seen things in the walls?
Ever since I opened my eyes.
And that was at 4, so 4 years. So if I had to scale it, if we're person size to mountain, if you have to chant that long, what the fuck's coming through?
Something very large. I hear them say the word Shadow Star.
Shadow Star.
Great.
Arthur, I hope you packed extra soup.
Yeah, I figured we'd be fucking off for a pretty long time.
I don't think the curse of the Heartwoods is no more.
You've
Fuck
absolved him?
the city.
Are you absolving him?
I absolve him. Dude,
He just takes his glove off, flicks
yeah,
water in
I
his
would just
face.
do like a
Holy
random religious, whatever random first
And it
religion that
just
I know of,
happens
just
to look like this.
like you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Felix.
Nombre padre, fuck off.
Thank you. I have always wanted to leave the city, but we grew up here, and there's always a Heartwood in Ocean.
I will sprinkle him while he's talking.
I mean, for the time being, your brother's still here.
I do not know what he does for the city now, truthfully.
Arthur, you don't think you have some protective role in the city on a grander scheme, do you?
I mean, I have guns.
A good point.
The more we talk to him, the narrower it gets.
I mean, I would say that,
You
you
used to be a
know,
very mysterious person.
definitively, with the role that William and I served together, we found cursed objects and brought them back to ensure that they were still contained and that they didn't fall into the wrong hands.
I'm wondering if the reason that the
Yes, the irony being we delivered them to the wrong hands. We didn't know that.
I was gonna ask, do you have any spares?
Cursed objects?
You got a bag full of them.
I need more.
I mean, yes, actually. Well,
They shouldn't get any more.
Well, no, I don't actually have it. I do know that there was one that, well, you've seen what Cain wields?
I don't remember what he used to execute.
Is it the axe? Was it an axe?
No.
I don't remember.
I didn't write it down.
Okay.
I for sure didn't.
No, you guys, I will say, you guys have not actually seen him, like, wield it. When he was executing Jerky, it was like, oh, she's got a noose around her neck. I'm pulling the lever.
She got away.
She got away and was cleaved in the back by him having taken a guard's axe.
Ah, okay.
He, over his shoulder, you see just the hilt of a sword.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Back to my thought.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, you're fine. What if the reason that the chanting and dancing has taken so long is because there's always a Heartwood in Oshuamp?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't really do anything with the walls.
Well, maybe your presence in the city is enough.
Ooh. That's a good thought, maybe. That's strong. Nice.
Perhaps you shouldn't leave.
He's left the city before.
Oh, yeah, I used to leave the city all the time. William and I would go out for months at a time.
Within the last 4 years?
No.
I feel like the walls chanting and doing what they're doing is no new thing.
The fact that Cain can denounce his name, but he is still Heartwood, you cannot rid yourself of that destiny.
And he does still have the Heartwood gem?
But Felix did do this, so
Yeah, I'm clean.
Yes.
that might be enough.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you to be a man of the cloth.
But what if Cain could
It's a towel.
dilute his blood enough?
He would still have the Heartwood gem.
Well,
I think more than anything that would identify him as a Heartwood.
Yeah. You can drink as much blood as you want, it's not going to change your soul.
Well, I mean, like Ether pointed out, my soul's breaking. So...
I don't think that's true.
Nor do I.
I mean, the
Only
soul.
one way to find out.
Apparently you can stab a person and it changes your soul.
The soul is clearly still there. This is
Hey!
not Arthur's original body.
Nope.
Yes, that is why Benjamin sees his father. He sees the things that are bound to our souls.
So then theoretically the blood within doesn't make a difference. About the Heartwood lineage, at least.
It might not.
Benjamin,
Hmm.
forgive my asking, but have you laid eyes on your uncle since your ability began? What did you see?
Well, I saw my uncle.
As he was.
Yeah. Arthur said that he looked a little bit different, but he looked the same to me.
Maybe it's because it's his own blood. He can't see the difference.
Or he sees them for who they truly are.
Yes.
I think that's more likely.
Or for who they have the potential to be.
He can see past Arthur's ailments, his mother's ailments, Wembley's ailments,
Rear does.
and see who they truly are.
That doesn't bode well for Ether or I.
What these hands mean?
Oh, God.
There's
Put your
apparently
hands
a
away,
dark
put your
version
hands
of
away.
myself standing behind me at any given point as well.
I mean, I would actually say that, like, at this point, Benjamin would look over the party again and, like, seem as though he is more composed and kind of, like, smiles at everyone. I'm surrounded by monsters all the time. You get used to it.
Do many people look like us?
In the city?
Yes.
No.
Have you seen some outside of the city?
Never been outside of the city.
Oh man, I got some people for you to look at.
It's gonna be blinded.
Look directly.
So I think there was two threads.
Staring into the
One, Arthur was gonna say something about what Cain wields,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't remember what he said about the if he's got any leftover cursed objects.
He said that he did have one, but it isn't in his possession any longer because it is what Cain wields.
Cain has.
Oh, it is what
They
Cain
had
wields. Okay.
his indication was like they had collected one, it was to be returned, and he now has seen it in his possession. So like
Gotcha.
he and William would have returned it to the inner sanctum, known that it was to be restored in the vault, and now has seen Cain obviously wielding it.
You said it was a sword,
Uh-huh.
like a great sword.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, smoke question for you. As a man that's around smoke fucking every day.
As a huff boy.
As a huff boy, I feel like the first time that I like spirit walked with my elder,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like ingrained in my
Yeah,
memory
no,
to a degree.
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
What happened that what might I have seen that at the time might have just been like that's odd or weird, like if this is the first time I'm seeing things, I might have just been like that's fucking horrifying, but
Yes.
like
Okay.
is there context now that I would think back and be like, oh god?
I would tell you that when you spirit walked with the old woman, the shaman who taught you how to do this, that what was most notable for you was that your visions through her were significantly more well-formed, and that when you began to do it on your own, less form was present. So she was seeing more like, as an individual who was experienced and well-versed in the arts, like full details. So you were looking for your uncle, and it was like, you would have seen the sea. You would have seen ships sailing. You would have seen the storm that took his ship. And you would have seen his ship, like, break and crash, like, sunken under. And I had indicated before in the spirit walking with Melithel and Melicy, you saw, like, effectively a whirlpool at a later stage, which you would have pieced together would have been after your concluding vision with your shaman.
Okay.
So all of hers would have been more akin to watching a movie, whereas yours would be akin to, like, they have developed over time. Originally, you only heard the river. Now you see the river.
Okay.
So for you, you would feel like you are definitively gaining more of a sense of, I would say, connection with whatever this spiritual world or process is that you're entering into or witnessing.
Sure. Would I have noticed anything in the smoke from the fire
Yes.
at the time.
Yeah, I would tell you that when you ignite the herbs, it almost like just billows over you like in an uncontrolled burning.
Like a mask.
Yes. And that when she did it, it was almost as though the wisps of smoke themselves, kind of like almost in the funneling of a tornado, would have been wider from the brazier and elevated up and like almost funneled into your eyes and nose,
Sure.
like more naturally and with a greater sense of like a braided twist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just write that down.
So, are we ready to go?
I have some things to grab from my room.
Don't get killed.
Oh yeah, no, I have no idea what's gonna happen to you as soon as we step outside these doors.
Oh no, upstairs. I mean.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
Yeah,
thought
no,
you
I
meant
just
the
have
inn.
stuff in my closet upstairs in
Okay.
my room here.
Oh, good.
Oh shit!
I thought you meant the basement.
I left a sandwich in there.
In the basement?
Up here
Do
or
you
in
have
the
any
basement?
idea how bad that probably smells down there?
I'm sure they'll
I
find
haven't
it.
been to my room in Growlers in days.
It's probably still edible.
Is it cold?
I mean,
it's
yeah,
cold down there, right?
It's not good.
So the plan is then, when we get outside the walls and far enough away, a few hours distance, rear to...
I think we'll set up camp when we can, and Rita's gonna have a weird dinner.
Yes.
Dinner?
Eggs.
Eggs?
Why are you excited about this?
love eggs.
I don't think that's the best idea.
Scrambled?
Well,
I don't think it's the worst idea.
Ooh,
Unless
over
you know
either.
how to destroy it otherwise.
either
Chicken.
that thing cracks open, and then we're dealing with a whole Felfarthen situation here.
Oh, the big thing in the egg.
Yeah.
Oh, they're big.
Yeah.
How big?
Like big.
Have you seen one
Or-
hatched?
Like,
He's
You're a giant man. Like
He's
that
not
big.
great,
that's
but
pretty big.
yeah.
Dogs, though.
I don't suppose they're nice like Edelstein.
I mean,
Could be a friend.
Could be a friend.
Did we have Benjamin look at the egg? Or the smoke egg?
That's a bad idea.
No, Ether did.
Yeah.
With the eye.
I've already seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
I mean, they were always like in the egg, but like sometimes when I would have the egg, like when I was getting ready to, like I would see things.
Just like when you looked into the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like big thing. A weird face. And it would look down at me. And then it would hold its hands out. I'd hop in.
Puppies.
Do you,
Puppies.
do you feel confident if you eat it?
That it's my dad?
Then you're gonna stay the same way?
Oh no, I gotta eat the egg, that's right.
Yeah.
It's not Papa.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about Grimdar.
Were they always bad?
The egg?
Yeah.
Devil.
Okay.
Spicy. Very hot.
But if you eat it, do you feel confident that you can hold off whatever it is?
Oh,
You're gonna try?
I'll do my best.
Alright.
I'll be fine.
That's good enough for me.
Yep.
If he has eaten 12 of them, I do not think we have a better answer.
He's a fighter.
Delicious baker's dozen.
Just gonna gesture at him. It's gonna make him worse.
So, I mean, we cleansed somebody before.
I like my spikes. Sharp.
And at the very least, it is not corrupting his soul.
Yeah.
Benjamin still sees him as he was.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We're kind of working on right now.
It's a gamble either way, but Rita is the only one that knows anything about this.
Okay.
he's stronger than I am.
I am not saying it is a good plan, but I don't think letting it make its way out of the egg further than it already has the face. I anticipate that it will get worse, and I think trying to deal with a 30-foot smoke demon is worse than rear to eating it. I do not think shooting it will help either. That is more likely to just break it open and release it entirely.
Oh, okay, I'll open my bag and just float it up,
Yeah,
out,
just-
wrapped in a blanket.
Mm.
Then any of you can hold it. I'll float it over to you.
and just grab it and find a spot in my bag to put it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna close up my nice little dagger bag. Actually, no, wait, it was in his own bag. It's
Mhm.
just really frosted.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? No, no.
Was the dagger cold or was the stone cold?
Stone was cold.
Okay.
Does
Yeah,
the bag start
that's a
to-
freezing ball of blanket at this point.
Mhm.
What's up?
Does the bag start to unfrost?
Felix's bag?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
just naturally.
Yeah,
Okay.
naturally.
Not permanent. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
A little crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess gather up whatever you have left over from our last expedition. I'm sure Arthur's got things in his wagon that we can use.
I do have a wagon.
Do you have horses?
Yeah.
Corn, Carolyn, are you coming or
No.
you're staying?
Our duty is to stay with Maribel.
Right. You keep watch over her.
Yeah.
And if you can, keep an eye out for growlers.
We will be spending most of our time underground. If not all of our time underground.
Underground beneath the orphanage.
No. Beneath the tavern to protect
Oh,
the children
Right.
With the other
and my
kids.
daughter.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Terrible place for a summer camp.
Mhm.
Which is where we plan on going after.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If we can get there.
Shall we try to meet you there on our way back in?
Sure. If you can find your way through the terrible maze that is the underground.
Friend Arthur here may have some help there.
Well, we have to get Adelstan there.
He knows rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as they're getting ready to depart, I would go up to Carolyn and Corin and just like kiss Corin on the cheek and then just kind of like hold Carolyn. Just
Mm-hmm.
be safe.
Mm-hmm. You as well. I would hate to get you back only to lose you again.
You as well.
And Carolyn would kind of smile, and then Corin would look over and, look somberly back towards all of you guys. Please don't die.
No promises.
I don't. You had your one. Everybody gets one. You had yours. But Maribel would be distraught should she discover that the people that saved her life and bought her soul back, should they be damned. I do not know if I would be able to do for you what you did for her and retrieve your soul from wherever it is she places it.
I would not ask that of you.
Just know that I would look,
Thank you.
of course,
It is enough knowing that you would look.
for sure.
But you have a daughter to care for,
Yes.
and that is more important.
Oh, I know, Ethia, but now with Carolyn back, she would not lose both parents. I am indebted to you eternally, and I would seek to have that debt repaid with the honor that it deserves. And he would reach his hand out to shake your hand.
Yeah, I would shake his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give him a hug.
Mm-hmm. Pat you on your little back. You're a good man.
As are you.
Hmm. Thank you. And thank all of you.
Look forward to meeting your daughter.
I'm sure with how much all the children of the orphanage loved you that she will as well. And look to you again as a family member. An aunt. Perhaps. Yeah, I mean, Corin and Carolyn would hug you closer, and she would also kiss you on the cheek as she then pulls back and, kind of like small tears welling up at the edges of her eyes, just... I never got to say goodbye.
I just wipe the tears from her eyes. You don't have to.
I know. At least now it is nice to know that it is... Dear God.
Can you be gentle? I'm used to my long fingers.
All these extra hands are so good at catching tears.
It
Do
is
one of
good to
these.
know this time is it at least I'll see you soon, and that we will be waiting for you when you return.
I look forward to the day.
As do we. Yeah, they would give you a hug and
Dap her up.
turn and walk towards the front door, and Corin would do his usual, as he did with Maribel, immediately envelop her in his enormous cloak. Well, at least this way, if they see me, they know who I am. Ideally, it remains secret that you have escaped for now. And Corin opens the door and hurriedly rushes out into the night and closes the door behind him. And you guys are all still in here. I would say that if there is not anything else that you guys intended to discuss before packing up and heading out, that we would say that about an hour would pass as everyone collects their personal belongings, and Arthur does have 2 carriages where he would have him, Benjamin, and Catherine in his personal carriage, and could accommodate if, 2 people or so wanted to journey with him, and then the other 5 or so of you guys would be in the other carriage. If there's anything you guys wanted to do within that window of that hour, I will leave that space open to you, but if not, we would progress.
Do you have items like equipment and stuff
Do I have items like equipment and stuff?
after
You
being
would
busted
be-
out?
You would effectively be re-geared because of Arthur's extensive armory inside
Gotcha.
of his own thing.
Okay.
So your base cleric gear would be what you would acquire from Arthur.
Gotcha.
And we,
I would,
we also get some of those family jewels that
Yeah,
he's
yeah. Let's roll for family jewels.
what are we rolling?
Let me look at me old table.
While you're doing that, I would just have Ether cut my hair.
I think maybe we should wait to do that before we leave this, until after we leave the city. We want to be seen leaving.
Yes.
We do want to be seen leaving.
We do not want to be seen returning.
Is it D100? Are you a fiend?
It's going to be a D100, yeah, I'm going to pee as well. You can all roll D100s.
Okay.
We can let them assume that we've died out in the wilderness. It wouldn't be unusual.
Family jewels check.
69.
Damn! I was like, nice, no!
60.
I don't know what mine's on. Help. I think it's crooked, but I can't tell. I really
Crooked, reroll.
Do you roll
That
it?
is
Reroll
crooked.
it.
Okay,
Reroll
because
it.
there's no
Paul,
yeah.
It's on
Yeah.
point, reroll it.
Roll it on the table.
Roll it on the table. Okay.
Nice,
I was going too far. It's not gonna stop.
nice.
Yeah.
What's it on?
Oh my god.
Look like 30.
30, yeah, looks like 30.
It's a 30.
Okay.
Wow.
That really goes.
That stopped like perfectly on the edge.
Well, it hit the.
Yeah, that's why.
That's a boulder.
Some Indiana Jones.
I don't think I've ever actually rolled it crooked, even though it seems like it'd be easy to. Well,
Yeah, as we're like packing up and stuff, I'll be like asking if anybody needs me to carry anything as usual.
I already took the one thing I wanted someone to take.
Thank you for not giving that to me.
Oh,
I could have taken it.
Hmm?
I could have taken it.
Yeah. You would have known to not smash it. You would have known to not.
Accidents happen every day, man.
Oh my god.
To not smash what?
Wham.
The
egg.
egg.
Oh God.
Have you not learned?
No, I wouldn't have smashed.
It's cramping.
Don't
It
make
just
an
wants to
omelet,
get let
man.
out.
Gotta break a few eggs.
Let's make an omelet.
Uh-huh. Just a big deviled omelet.
Big smoke omelet.
I mean, yeah.
I kind of want. To
I
make, like,
really do want to hold on to it like a Pokeball. I mean, like,
I'll do
You
it.
can summon it.
I'll do it.
All right, now
yeah,
roll.
just throw it in the city and run.
20.
Make double
Wait,
eggs.
you just...
Lawrence, what did you roll?
And like do like a
45.
soy sauce.
30.
egg.
Glenn,
43.
Joe,
60.
Sarah,
27.
DJ.
14.
High rolling.
Oh, God.
What happened?
All right.
What's
well,
happened, John?
Sometimes shit happens in this game.
Only sometimes.
All right. Well, we'll resolve from bottom up. So, DJ. Yeah. I mean, I would tell you that inside of Arthur's armory, you find. Would you prefer a long sword to be able to either one or two hand, or would you prefer a great sword?
Great sword can only be two-handed.
Yes.
Unless you've got ball or strength.
I already had a long sword. Let's go great sword.
All right.
Wait, you have a longsword?
Nice.
Had.
Had a sword.
Oh.
Swap.
He disposed of it.
Yeah, I will tell you that inside of Arthur's armory, he would look at you and he would point at this and he'd be like, "You're the guy for this thing."
It's a cursed greatsword.
Wait a second. It's not session 105.
Correct. We still have time. No, I will tell you that he would indicate this to you as though this one is precious to him, where it is on like a mantle place, and it is a great sword laid out horizontally with two small little curved pillars underneath it to hold it aloft, and that the hilt itself looks like it is on one side and on the other, combining together, kind of encapsulating for like a really nice handguard, the face of a dragon, and you can have a Dragon Slayer greatsword.
Damn.
Oh my god!
Because you rolled 14.
Dragon Slayer great sword.
There you go.
Damn.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don, you rolled 20?
20.
You get a rock.
There you go.
Back of smoke.
This is not even special.
You're gonna love it.
Okay.
A new car.
A brand new SUV.
Toyota Corolla.
Peel out Oshuamp in style.
When traversing the wilds of Oshuamp,
I just see it in snow, you know, like a stupid car snow commercial. God, it's terrible.
you won one weekend at Universal Studios Orlando.
Universal Studios Ocean.
Okay.
So much warmer.
I wanted to look up the visuals for this because I want to amend it because I think that this is more happy. I don't have a happy playlist. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
noticed that.
It's fine.
I was gonna make one and I
Captain.
forgot.
No, I will tell you that Arthur would look at you and look at a thing on the wall, and you would see it hanging where the strap at the end of the like curved pointed tip for it lay, kind of like hanging down a long curved horn that ends in the mouth of what would look like sculpted the face of a great dwarf, and you can have a horn of blasting.
Yes.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
Sarah,
I
you're
do love that.
27.
You're
Yes.
right.
Both blasts.
So many people rolled low. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sounds like I was where you want to be.
Maybe. Yeah, I will tell you that Arthur looks at you. You've been through some weird, terrible shit.
That
you
is true.
need Jesus. He's going to give you a necklace of prayer beads.
And I sprinkle it.
Yep, I will have. Yeah,
Really
I
nice.
have to roll the number on it and what the spells are, but I will do that off
Uh-huh.
stream after. But yeah, it has a
Jesus.
number of beads on
It's a
it, all of
rosary,
potentially varying colors, which have wonderful spells attached to them.
Anywhere from 4 to 14 beads.
Next was Paul with 30.
Do I get a rock?
Get 2.
I don't want another rock. Don't give me
Another
another rock.
egg.
I don't want the
You're
rock.
gonna be so happy.
Oh no.
It's
He
an
looks
egg.
at you and looks at a little ring on like a gauntlet hand that is aloft and pulls off one of the rings. The only ring.
Hand closes.
He pulls off a ring on the finger, and it is like white gold with thin like emeralds inlaid in the banding. You're gonna have a ring of evasion, you fucker.
Ring of evasion?
Yep.
Never getting hit. What does that do?
Flee!
Someone
No, I mean, I'll look it
Run
up on
from
the
your
video in a minute.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Ring of evasion. Oh no.
30. Next was Glenn with 43.
Oh, it's the item for you.
Oh no.
It has 3 charges and it regains 1d3 charges at dawn. If you fail a dex save while wearing it, you use your reaction to expend a charge and succeed instead.
I'm a rogue again.
It's literally the Paul ring.
You're welcome.
No, thank you. No, not
Uh,
today.
Yeah, Glenn, long sword or great sword?
I'm gonna go great. I got 2 long
Of course
swords.
you will.
I got 2 long
You're just a
swords.
witcher.
It's clearly the better thing to go. He's gonna look at you. You're kind of like the moon with being a wolf, right?
Something like that.
That's neat. Here's a sunblade.
Yes! Yes!
So you got a sunblade and a moon sword now.
That's going to be really helpful when we come back for the rest of these vampires.
Yep.
Your days are numbered.
Yeah, I mean, this will also work out for Lawrence. A vicious weapon of any type. What would you like?
Let me think about it.
Mace made with
Vicious
teeth.
weapon.
You just point me at a wall. It's just a rack.
Anything
Vicious.
How do I?
anything from the top shelf.
How many points you got?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Chill.
What did I get?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. I already
Nope,
hate it.
it's
Really bad? Really
no, it's great. I mean, he's gonna look at you. I get your aesthetic. I vibe with that. That's neat. This way, we could have a second sidekick, you know? She'd be pretty good at this.
Just
He's
gonna,
gonna go
no.
over, he's gonna go over to a cloak and reach behind the cloak, and there is effectively like a small attached set of bat wings, and you have wings of flying now.
Oh my god. You're horrifying.
No, you don't need
Please
Are
don't.
they leathery?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh no.
Wow.
Mhm. And Arthur would just look at his now, pretty empty armor and be like, yeah, these were most of the treasures that I collected that, were not cursed. None of these are cursed. You're all fine. Don't worry about
Can I do a curse check on the ring?
it. Yes.
Prayer
So
beads.
scared.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Prayer beads.
I don't know. 6+ curse check.
We'll say Arcana.
16.
16? Nah, they all seem fine. They seem like magical items. They do not
Okay.
seem cursed in any way.
Great.
Yeah, no, he would look at his now empty armory and just kind of
Ayo.
sigh and,
R-I-E-O-L.
yeah, these were trinkets that William and I had gathered over many expeditions, but, well, who knows if we'll ever come back here. And I'd rather these be in your good hands than in the hands of, the terrifying, terrible people of, the city. So, thank you, all of you, for
Thank
helping
you.
me restore my family.
Of course.
Seems to be our purpose here.
Yes.
Yes. Well, best to get going.
I think so.
Oh yeah, let me get my large money sack. Go over to our corner.
See just money bags from Spyro? Just
Yep, falls over a big money satchel.
Speaking of large
Sacks?
yes.
Yeah.
Sup?
We can't go to the secret hole again either. We have to go.
No, is it fine?
Oh yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay.
It, lives.
All right.
What?
No worries.
All right.
If he dies, he dies. He's gonna start walking out of the armory with an enormous sack of gold over his shoulder.
What the fuck? If he dies, he dies.
That's it.
Well, this will be enough money in case there's anybody out in the woods, if anybody needs money.
I don't think most people in the woods barter in money.
Good. Then I get to keep my money.
Yes, that is helpful.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk out. Money, money, money. I love money.
Hey, Ether, check
Yeah.
this out. Daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime.
That is very fun.
Yeah.
We're leaving!
The cavern walls start shaking.
And the Heartwood has left the city.
Don't look for us. We're definitely not here.
How big is the painting of the Heartwoods?
That by like that.
Go over and see if it's attached to the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hanging on, like, a draped piece of, like, twine with, like, a nail. Yeah.
I would like to take it out of its frame and roll it up.
That's my family.
I thought you might want to take it with you.
Our family.
Oh, yeah.
My family now.
Sure, you can
When you're here,
carry that.
your family.
I didn't know if you were planning on leaving it behind, but I
Oh,
thought you might not
no.
want to.
I mean, I think of it as the best memories are the ones you got inside you. But doesn't hurt to have a painting too. Or money.
If you don't want it, I can leave it behind.
The money? No!
The painting?
Oh! I mean, no, you can bring it. It would be nice to have. And put it up in the... wherever we live now. Well, I'm gonna go put my money in the carriage. And then immediately sit inside the carriage.
Don't forget your guns.
Oh, yeah, no, they're always holstered, buddy.
He's got
Oh,
like-
the shed guns.
He's got all.
Shit.
Does he have all three on him or no?
No, he would only have a little blam. Yeah, no, he's walking. You're right, sidekick. I knew I'd picked you for a reason. He walks over and grabs his other two guns and...
It's just because I have wings.
Oh, no, you're a nice guy. You gotta be a nice guy to be a sidekick.
Thanks.
Of course. Someday you'll be the hero. And I'll retire. And then Benny can be your sidekick.
Sounds good.
Here's $1. He gives you
US dollar?
like a very, very grandpa-esque, just pulls a gold piece out.
Don't spend it all
You
in
said
one
$1. You said $1. Does it look like a foreign currency written
Yes.
in an unknown language?
Yes, it's in a...
It's green.
It's in...
Is it green?
It's green money.
It's got a picture of Arthur Hartwood in the center. Freshly
What is it? Monopoly money?
Yes.
Arthur Bucks.
Yes.
It's like, say Arthur.
Yeah,
Is he wearing
100%.
like a powdered wig, but
also
also has
says-
a monocle?
Yes, it also says the United Arthurs of America.
Heart bucks.
Yes.
America?
The United States of Arthur.
Yes.
When did you print this? Did you print this?
Oh, yeah, I drew them.
Does it look hand drawn?
Yeah.
I
My
draw,
crayon.
It's
I draw my
crayon,
money.
it's terrible quality. He's got like googly eyes, like glued on.
What is that? What's in there? Do I hear any clanging?
Oh my
He didn't say my money.
What the fuck?
Someday we'll all use Arthur dollars. Where? I mean, first you gotta give them to people.
I mean,
and
technically it's
they can use
NFTs. They're artwork.
Oh no.
it. There you go.
Got cool pictures of monkeys on the back.
I gotta go.
I'll put it in my bag. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jingling because you're holding the googly eyes.
Wait, you said
It 100% has handmade googly eyes on each dollar bill.
oh shit!
He just like softly puts the bag down in the carriage and looks back at everybody. Yeah, we should definitely fucking leave. You know, this way they don't watch. They're gonna watch anyway, but you know.
Yes. Is it dark enough now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nighttime.
Okay.
The streets are quiet. Nobody seems like they're around. I'll tell you that, like, he definitively looks up at, like, one of the towers at the corner of the city and, like, sees a brother. And then he just pats the butt of his gun and looks at him. Yeah, we should probably fuck off now.
All right. Everyone
Arthur.
in.
Sorry, you can go ahead, Dom.
I was just saying everybody in. Go ahead.
Arthur, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to ride with you.
Sure. He taps the little seat next to him at the front of the wagon. Hop on, buddy. It's not like I have a son or anything.
Well, I mean, he didn't say he had space.
Will you be my dad?
No, it's fine. Benny can sit in my lap anyway, and this way he can stare at you in all your terrifying glory.
Nesgrim, maybe you should ride in the other carriage.
How about I ride in the back?
Sure, that works. Come on, Ben. And Ben just like happily runs over and hops up and takes his little seat next to Arthur, and then he looks back at you and he pulls his toy gun out again. There ain't room here for the two of us.
It doesn't have to be like this.
All right. He holsters it. Arthur just ruffles his hair. Atta boy. You don't take shit from nobody, Benjamin. You're a heartwood. Thanks, Pop. Oh yeah, Catherine, get in the car. She just like hands on her hips, just like shakes her head, like tilts her head down. You see the mask, just like you can feel the disappointment. Nothing ever changes with this fucking man. Nope, and that's why you love me. Seriously though, we really need to leave. They're going to probably try to shoot you or eat you. There. She just hops in the back of the carriage.
Would you like me to sit next to you, Benjamin?
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
I'll hop
you.
up. I'll hop up next to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hide my shame.
Jesus! Put your dick away, dude!
You can't keep shirt guy.
Yeah, this horn of blasting, you guys.
You walk past the whole armory and just grab pants.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Reardon just kind of like is the last one to step out of the house and just looks back. Butler, where's Butler? And Arthur just kind of looks over at him sadly and is like, "Oh, don't worry about it, you know, buddy. We'll get William again." Butler.
Did you pack snacks?
Oh my God, I forgot snacks. Did you pack snacks?
Go. I'll hand him a sack. Go fill this. Go.
Just disappears in the house, and you just hear like plates cracking.
Oh my God! The house has been ransacked.
And like
And help the image.
Like pots and pans.
yeah, like pots and pans. You hear like him tip over a cauldron of soup, and then just start screaming, "Hot, hot, hot, hot!"
Arthur, I thought you said you packed all the soup.
Buddy, I already got the soup. Okay. You just hear him like a minute or so later just like hobble out where he definitely
Hobble?
Yeah, because he's got like soup all over his like knees and stuff, and he's like so hot.
Let's get a bag full of food.
Yeah, and he's got like a bag where it's like you see like cheeses and loaves of bread like kind of poking out from the where it's like cinched. Okay, this will be enough for a day. Just for Reardon. Bam! And plops it down in the back of the carriage.
Is the carriage just...
Yeah.
He's literally Scooby.
I'm gonna,
He is literally Scooby-Doo.
as we're getting ready to leave, I'm gonna go ahead and pull a silver coin out of my bag, and I'm just gonna look at it, look at the moon, look back, and go, "Keep the house safe, please. Please." I'm gonna place it on the floor inside of the door. I'm gonna close the door, lock it up.
Absolutely. Man. We all gather into our respective carriages, and Arthur would look back over his shoulder at you guys around the edge of the, Oregon Trail style wagon. Let me go first. The guards, they won't fuck with me. I will tell you that you guys start, cobblestone clopping your way over towards the gates of West Slums to once again venture out of the City of Oshuamp. I will tell you that we reach the area for the tunnel passageway that is obviously manned by a singular guard, and you guys would hear, especially you, the guard look at all of you and just kind of like recognize, oh God, like look up at a tower, and Arthur would be like, no, buddy, you're looking at Arthur Hartwood. Open the fucking gate. And the guy would just be like, yeah, of course. Open the next gate. And effectively the same thing would happen at the North Slums gate.
Would it be any guards that we recognize as typically being like the short type, or that irritable. Are short with people, irritable? Like,
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing would happen at North Slums. You guys would make your way towards the edges of the city. Felix, I will tell you that as we are making our way out of that final tunnel that opens with the gate, Benjamin would begin to quietly whimper in fear as just it narrows and it becomes more present that the walls are on either side. Arthur would see his son shaking, hold the reins with a single hand. Don't worry about it, Benny. I always promised. Nothing's ever gonna get through those walls. We're fucking Heartwoods. We build good shit. We're gonna end there.
Well, friends, thank you guys very much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We will be back on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the Lost Kings of Edoras, and then back next Monday at 7 p.m. for the City of Oshuamp. Thank you guys very much for being here, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, friends.